Good morning, everyone. My name is MC Townsend. I am the current chair of the BizFed Institute. And it's certainly my pleasure this morning to welcome each and every one of you here. So welcome. In fact, give yourself a round of applause just for being here this morning. Today's forum is, of course, all about education, hitting the reset button on public education for workforce development. And we've assembled a diverse team of experts to see how employers, laborers, and educators can work together to better prepare our students for a more meaningful careers. As you know, California budget, includes more money for public education than it does anything else. In fact, it's about 60% of the state's budget. At the same time, we have a major skill gap that leaves job seekers and employers frustrated. The panels, as you'll see here today, represent some of the major players that will be shaping education policy in our state. So by the end of this forum, I'm very hopeful we'll find some common ground that we can work on together for a much better prepared workforce. While many of you already know about BizFed, the great BizFed Federation, you may not be as familiar with the BizFed Institute. BizFed is a non-political, non-profit educational research arm of BizFed Federation. The Institute is a sponsored project of the community partners. It's a statewide initiative that complements BizFed by engaging civically minded, nonprofit, academic, environmental, labor, and business leaders for the purpose of building stronger communities. We're very, very fortunate to have the leverage of BizFed Federation, an alliance of over 155 business networks representing a little over 325 employers around the state, to have a really, really robust conversation and share intelligence broadly across the region. Previously, these forums that we've had has been on a number of things: energy, reliability, affordable housing, water infrastructure, cap and trade, and taxation. Reflects the range of some of the very tough issues that BizFed Institute takes on. So by bringing together top experts from diverse perspectives with no hold bars discussion, we consistently have left a really enlightened and motivated action to make a difference in the various regions across the state. I'm very proud to share today some of the more new and exciting developments that we move forward to with the Institute. Our very first ever, because we've been so busy around the state, a little person by the name of Tracy Rafter / Hernandez and David Fleming are like all over the place. But for the first ever, we've been able, just this ending of August, bring on our newest executive director, the wonderful Helen here, over to the left here. And she's been moving full steam ahead since the end of August. I won't share with you how busy her legs have been from that point. But thank you, Helen, for joining us again publicly. We just love you. Thank you for what you're doing so far. Our first ever annual report was revealed today, fresh off the press and distributed to each of you on your chairs. And the BizFed Institute is officially ready to tag and be tagged on Facebook and on Twitter. During this forum, you'll see our social media handle today's events hashtag, so engage with us and start posting. We could not carry out the BizFed Institute tradition of intelligence, inclusion, and impactful work without the support of our event sponsors. Please join me in thanking, first of all, City National Bank, Cal State University Dominguez Hills President Willie Hagan, the Los Angeles Community College District Chancellor Francisco Rodriguez, And very special thanks to the Dean of Special Projects, Lucia Robles, for all of her help in helping to plan this event today. So please give her a round of applause. Pasadena City College, Dr. Robert Bell and Solomon DeViva. And our own Randy Witt production, Randy Witt. We're also very fortunate to have several elected officials here today representing the various districts that we serve here in the state of California. So let me, if you will, join me in welcoming our elected officials. And if there's anyone I don't call your name, please stand and be recognized as well. Thomas Wong from the Office of the Cal State Controller, Betty Yee's office, and the San Gabriel Water District. The one and only Mr. Scott Swoken, and Alexis Victorian of LACCD. Thank you for joining us here today. Also, I'd like to thank my fellow BizFed Institute board members. All of you that are here today, please stand in the audience so we might be able to recognize you. All of the BizFed Institute board members. Wonderful, thank you again. So now, before I begin today's conversation, it's my honor to introduce our host for today. Both the trustees of the Los Angeles Community College District, President of the board, Mr. Scott Swoken, and student trustee Alexis Victoria. Just a little bit about Scott. High school dropout. Trustee is a prime example of the role community college can play in transforming lives. He enrolled at Pasadena City College, went on to get a BA at the Cal State Northridge, and served on the San Gabriel Unified School District Board before being elected to this current position. Our wonderful trustee this morning has a successful career in public service, currently serving as Chief of Public Affairs and Government Relations for the Los Angeles County Assessors, Jeffrey Prang. Today, Scott, if you will. Good morning, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, absolutely.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? It is a beautiful day at LA Trade Tech. Welcome to one of our 2 tents. Eventually these tents will not be here as we finish our bond program. I am Scott Swoken, President of the Board of Trustees, and Alexa is our student trustee. We make up the 8 elected, 7 elected by the public, 1 elected by the students to govern our 9 community colleges from the top of the San Fernando Valley to the basically, we cover 60% of Los Angeles County. We go to towards the South Bay. We have 3 colleges in the south, 1 at the Harbor, 1 at Southwest Los Angeles, and West LA and Culver City. So we have 9 campuses serving over 200,000 students. We represent 5 million people in Los Angeles, and you're probably the first person to meet a trustee ever other than Tracy, who I follow around anytime I can, and the leadership of BizFed. We are proud at LACCD to be a partner of BizFed, to work together with you. We're honored to host the Institute today. We are grateful to the BizFed PAC for supporting Measure CC. As you look at the buildings, the new ones and some of the old ones, that's a public investment that all of you and everybody in Los Angeles County have invested and allowed us to build these beautiful buildings. We, being the largest community college district in the United States, believe strongly that together with business, we can transform our colleges. This bond program has been a partnership between the community colleges, business, and labor. Every building on this campus has been built by union labor, by local businesses. Over 40% of the businesses that build our buildings are local. They're in our communities, they're from our communities, they're women-owned, they're minority-owned. We do what we can to make sure we work together with BizFed and all of its members to provide the best education community colleges have to offer. And proof of how important community colleges are, and this one in particular, President Obama has visited this college, President Clinton has visited this college, and Secretary Clinton has visited this college. And now we're done because we have BizFed, we can close up and we're all good. So as you heard, I owe everything to community college, but one of the things I'm proudest of is that as a local San Gabriel school board member and a small business owner, I was active in the chamber in San Gabriel. I was an officer in the Chamber of Commerce in San Gabriel while I lived there. The fact is this partnership between education and the business community and labor is the pathway for our students to succeed. So I hope you have a great day. On behalf of the 7 trustees of the community college and the student trustee, Alexa, I want to welcome you to Trade Tech. I want to tell you you're always welcome here. I want to guarantee you if you need a workforce, a well-trained workforce, whether it's Trade Tech or Pierce College in the Valley, we're ready, willing, and able to help you find the workers of today and tomorrow. And we hope that you'll remember these 2 letters in November, because at the bottom of the ballot, there's a measure called CC. It stands for Community College. And we're asking you to continue to invest in renovating our colleges. See some of these buildings over here? They were built in the 50s. This used to be a high school campus. LA Trade Tech was a high school campus. These buildings on my right are college classrooms. Some of the classrooms on the left were high school classrooms. We very much want to work together with business to transform our colleges to provide the workforce of not only today, but tomorrow. And as your businesses evolve, together, we're going to train your workforce, and we're here. We've got lots of programs, lots of services for you and your employees throughout their career. You want to make sure they continue to upgrade their skills. You can send them to a community college. And next year, with the help of Mayor Garcetti, incoming freshmen that graduate from an LA Unified High School will get 1 year of free college. That is historic. We're the first city in the nation to do it. And I am so honored. Tracy, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Your staff is phenomenal. We love hosting you at every one of our colleges. Know that these are your colleges. We just are caretakers when you're an elected official. Our job is just to make things better. And with your help and passage of CC and the LA College Promise, LA will have the best trained workforce in America, and you'll have hopefully thriving partnerships in business. And if you can't get an employee from us, I know that Ron Miller and his staff can help you find well-trained workers that help you build your buildings. Thank you so much. God bless you and have a great day. Alexa, it's all yours.
Good morning, everyone. As a student trustee of the Los Angeles Community College District, I would like to thank you all for joining us today and making some time in your schedule. So we can all agree that education is a right that students deserve in order to strive in the workforce, as this empowers critical thinkers. The value of education is so vital, but our policies don't always offer a straight road towards higher education. Before becoming student trustee, I was dropping out of classes, failing in my college courses, and eventually finding myself in academic probation. But why? A first-generation Chicana that graduated from high school and went to college, but in high school, I was in the AVID program. I followed the matrix, yet I never applied for a 4-year university. After taking some time off from high school, I eventually enrolled into Santa Monica City College, but when things started to go south for me, I enrolled to Los Angeles Harbor College. And I think it was kind of like destiny, just because the community college provided me with the second chance by setting a new goal for me, and I hit a reset button on my education. I became involved with the Puente program, the student government, and other school clubs activities on campus. I am one of the many non-traditional students who hit the reset button on their education looking for an equal opportunity. Sometimes resources are taken away from students, or simply life just happens. After 5 years in the community college system, I will finally graduate this spring with 2 AA degrees, and now this is the time we can coalesce to bring awareness and to implement policies and programs and resources that will help our students. So like Scott Vonken said, it is very important, thank you. It is very important that things like Measure CC pass. Like he said, that some of these classrooms and the environment of our campuses really affect students. I just recently also went to East Los Angeles College. They have a nice, beautiful building compared to some of the classes, like the one right over here towards the right, that are not up to date with technology that students need nowadays in order to keep up with today's technology. And with that being said, I would now like to introduce a member of BuzzFeed Institute Board, Ambassador Frank Baxter, who is the chairman of Emirates of Jefferies LACC, a global investment bank. After a successful career in finance and serving our country as ambassador to Uruguay, Frank has shifted to his focus to his true passion, which is education. He currently serves as the chairman of the Alliance for College-Ready Public Schools, which manages 28 middle and high schools in the Los Angeles County. He spends his limited time and considerable energy to ensure that every child in Los Angeles has access to excellence education. Frank also serves as a board member of Ed Voice, an educational advocacy group in Sacramento, as well as a variety of other nonprofits. Please welcome Ambassador Frank Baxter.
Thank you very much, Alexa. After hearing that, I'm anxious to hear me speak. But I'd like to take a moment, we all should take a moment to thank our BFI chair, MC Townsend. Please stand up one more. Without your leadership, none of this would be at all possible. So thank you very much. I think being part of the Institute is very fulfilling for me. BizFed does a wonderful job taking care of especially day-to-day issues, initiatives, etc. But the Institute digs deeper on matters that affect business or business might be interested in. And one of the preoccupations of late is the feeling that it's imperative for business and business leaders to get more involved in education. Just over the years, it seems like the relationship has drifted, although it's seeming to come back a little bit today. And as we heard, there are a number of great initiatives that are coming up. There is the College Promise, which the mayor started, that every LA Unified graduate can get 1 year in community college. There's Prop 288, Assembly Bill 288, that is now possible for a high school student to co-enroll in a community college, and which is free except for everything but the book. So there's starting some things that are happening from the government level, but we really need to get involved, we business people. I'm just one of the lucky ones, just by fate. I have been involved for about a little over 30 years. I started with the I Have a Dream program, where you take poor kids in elementary school and help them graduate from high school, give them support from graduate from high school. If they do graduate, help them through college. And so took 51 kids going into a South Central middle school. I still know them, some of them now in their 40s. They did relatively better than their peers. They didn't do as well as we'd like them to be. Then I've got involved in committees within the district, and one of the most important things I was involved in was Learn, where we worked together with the union, the politicians, etc., worked together to try to get school-based management, which probably is the only structure that will actually work. That didn't come through, but it's still a dream of mine. And for the last several years, as Alexei pointed out, I've been involved with this charter school group. We have 28 schools, about 12,500 kids, 95% of whom, although they come in way behind, 95% of whom graduate. But in terms of workforce development, we've been working on entrepreneurship. So in one of our schools, for instance, every student has to give a business plan every year in order to get promoted. And at the end of the year, we have a Shark Tank where the kids, about the 10 best programs, talk in front of a panel. We have a venture capitalist, a lady that has a big money management firm, somebody head of a career college. And I'll tell you, some of those plans are just fantastic. And we actually have a couple of kids that I know of, maybe more, that already have businesses started. So we're getting them ready for business early. But our big goal is to get them through college, but also, more than getting through college, be able to contribute to the society and the economy. And so we're turning a lot of kids who could be liabilities for our society into real assets, and they'll be contributing for the next 60 years or so.